Toto Wolff's actions nearly caused an accident involving George Russell at the Austrian Grand Prix. Lando's loss of respect for Max, and criticism from Andrea Stella, who believes the FIA should have been stricter regarding Verstappen's actions. This is Formula One news, and we are starting. George Russell revealed that he nearly crashed when Toto Wolff told him that he could win. Starting from third place, Russell had a strong race, but couldn't match the pace of Lando and Max, spending most of the race trying to hold on to third place while watching his rivals battle it out. However, after another attack by Lando and a collision between him and Max, Russell became the main contender for victory. Wolff reacted to these events by saying over the radio to Russell, "You can win this," but this message came at a particularly inopportune moment. Reflecting on his race, Russell spoke about this moment and admitted that it confused him. "The pace felt strong. The problem I had, Lewis attacked me early in the race. But then once I got back past him, I got a bit of a gap to Carlos. I knew Oscar was going to be quick, and he sort of came a little bit out of nowhere towards the end of the race. On those hard tires for me was pretty difficult. And then suddenly I had Toto screaming in my ear, 'You can win this!' I almost crashed when he screamed into my ears. It was that loud. But I think it just goes to show the passion that we all share." Toto Wolff agreed that his radio message was incorrect since he didn't check where Russell was. "That was one of the stupidest things I've ever done, I have to say. I didn't look where he was at all," Wolff admitted to Sky Germany. But despite this minor mishap, George calmly finished ahead of Oscar Piastri and secured his second career victory, and the first for Mercedes this season. Lando Norris stated that he would lose respect for Max Verstappen if the Dutchman claims he did nothing wrong in their battle at the Austrian Grand Prix. The fight for victory that has been ongoing between them in the last few Grand Prix continued in Austria, but this time it ended with contact and punctures for both drivers. Due to the damage and a forced pit stop, Max finished fifth while Lando retired from the race. Following this incident, Norris criticized Max for his constant movements under braking, which eventually led to the contact, and said he expects an apology from him. "I'm trying to drive a good, fair race. It's just not what I got in return from his side. I feel like what he did was unfair from my side 3 of the times. No warning was issued. He did it again the final time and ruined both our races, so that's it. If he says he did nothing wrong, then I'll lose a lot of respect for that." In turn, Verstappen said he would talk to Lando about their collision, but wanted tempers to cool down before sitting down with his rival. But it wasn't just Lando who was upset about the contact with Max. This incident sparked a storm of emotions and debates, and of course, McLaren team principal Andrea Stella did not stay on the sidelines. Stella stated that measures need to be taken to avoid similar situations in the future, and to not repeat the mistakes of 2021. "For me, it's a big shame that we didn't see the last 6 or 7 laps, because they would have been quite entertaining. They were not entertaining because simply the rules were not enforced. It would have been enough to give Max the warning, like a black and white flag, so don't do it again. And he would have been much more prudent in closing the door on Lando. Then, when it comes to track limits, I think if the track limit is because you're trying to overtake somebody and you lock a little bit, then I'm wondering what kind of racing are we going to have if this is enforced in this way? Drivers will not even attempt to overtake because, oh, it will cost me one of the 3 strikes I have available." Stella also questioned the level of penalty Max received, as a 10-second penalty effectively cost him no positions, and he emerged from the incident with an even larger lead in the championship. Such statements were to be expected, as McLaren suffered more from this incident than Red Bull. But are McLaren's statements, especially the debates among fans online, exaggerated? Perhaps these statements are too emotional. Or did Max really cross the line as soon as he felt real pressure, which should not be tolerated in the future? Share your thoughts in the comments.